All right, good morning everyone. Good morning guys, welcome back. Let me just turn this up. Good morning everyone, good morning, good morning. Welcome back guys, happy Wednesday guys. Welcome back to the live stream, hope everyone's doing well. Good morning, good morning. Big sell-off on gold yesterday. Off the back of CPI news. Decent retracement here in Asia. We'll see what we get for London today. Let me just share my screen properly. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You guys on YouTube. Welcome back. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years, and I'm mainly focused on gold futures here in the European session. We'll break down all markets today as well, guys. We'll break down gold, NQ, ES. We'll have a look at copper. We can have a look at some currencies as well. And we'll see what we get for the London session. So yeah, welcome back everyone. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. I don't know if anyone got any of that gold short yesterday. Gold had a huge sell-off in a huge sell-off in the New York session yesterday on the back of that CPI news. Really big sell-off. I didn't get it on my Topstep unfortunately. However, I did speak on the personal. And gold dropped down 460 ticks. And what did we do, guys? We held that beautiful daily evening star. Really clean. Really nice. Look at this. Even here on the futures, 4 hour came up, liquidated the highs, and had that beautiful sell-off. So we'll see what we get here for London. We're going to continue selling off on gold, or are we going to continue squeezing? Because London has pulled back pretty well, pretty quick. You know, after dropping down 480 ticks from the lows, we're back up 200 ticks, which is huge. I saw that, Sean. Yeah, you had a good trade, man. You had a good trade. It was a very nice short. Yeah, even if you just shorted like kind of after the news off this 30-minute liquidity grab continuation. Excuse me. Yeah, after this 30-minute grab here and breakout, 1:30 London time. Lovely short. Pulled back and then continued squeezing lower. So yeah, some big moves on gold yesterday. And to be honest, some big moves here in Asia today. This move in Asia almost looks pretty much identical to what we saw yesterday, where we had a big sell-off. Look at this. We had a big sell-off, big range, decent pullback, range, and continue selling. We've ranged, so we had a decent sell-off. We've ranged. We'll pull them back. Could be range before then. Excuse me, another big sell-off? Maybe. Before we do anything, guys, let's just have a look at the news for the week. See what we got today. I do believe we have some. We do have some news coming up today as well. Fresh haircut, yes, fresh haircut, man. Fresh haircut today, just for you guys. Just for coming on the London stream with you guys. So we do have PPI today, guys. 1:30 London time again, 10:30 my time. And then other than that, there's not really too much today. But PPI will be important. I don't know if it'll be as high impact as CPI, but it'll still bring in some good volume in gold. And then tomorrow, what do we have? Tomorrow we have US initial jobless claims, retail sales, 1:30 again. And then that's pretty much it for the week. Let me just check I'm not missing anything. Let me just see. I like to do it on my calendar here, only because it's set to my time. So yeah, we had some pound CPI come out this morning. We can have a look at the pound. That'll be interesting. Yeah, we got PPI 1:30 London time. Core retail sales tomorrow, and then yeah, nothing on Friday. What do we have next week? So we have, we've got a very quiet start to the week next week. We've got a yen bank holiday on Monday, nothing Tuesday, nothing Wednesday, PMI on Thursday, and then nothing. That's interesting. So Yeah, lovely shorts down on yesterday on gold, guys. I didn't take on my top step, but I did get a lovely swing short in the personal before bed last night. Woke up to some very, very, very nice profits. Really, really, really nice push down. So let's have a look at the gold. Let's have a look at the daily chart. See what we get. We got London open in about 20 minutes as well, guys. We got London open in about 20 minutes. Hopefully you guys did get them shorts yesterday, or even if you didn't. You know, if you don't trade news, smart move. I do trade news, but more for swing trading. I don't really like to intraday trade news too much, because you can get still pretty aggressive wicks that can, you know, wick you out before the real move happens anyway. So even if you didn't trade yesterday because of the news, well done. That's good trading. So let's have a look here. So let's have a look, guys. I mean, first things first. You know, I do like this price action here. But as just an overall outlook, we can kind of see this weekly is, daily I should say, is in a bit of range. And if we go and have a look at the weekly time frame, that's the monthly. There's no point looking at the monthly just yet. But the weekly time frame, we have been in this weekly range for quite some time. Since the end of April. Now, we've still had amazing trades within this range, which is great. Big ranges doesn't mean we can't still trade this range. These are, you know, from the lows to the highs of the range, it's still a 3,800 tick range, which is insane. But there's no real direction on this weekly time frame. You know, we broke 3,200, we held at support, we closed bullish. If we do find some support, and this weekly looks like it's going to flip bullish, then buys up into 3,400 could be a nice trade. But again, with the way that yesterday closed, where we had this strong push up here, came up, grabbed the highs, closed bearish, and continued selling off. That is a very nice evening star play. Yeah, sorry, wrong tool. That is a very nice evening star play, and I think it's even nice on the currency chart. Yeah, it looked even nicer on the currency chart. That is a very, very, very nice, very, very nice daily evening star, which is a pretty good reversal sign. And that's why we were looking to short yesterday. This was one big, huge top wick in Asia and London. Price was so bullish. News came out, sent the whole candle back lower, which even if you just took the flip of the body yesterday, there was about 250 ticks on the cards, which was absolutely huge. So the question is today going to be one big fake out? Or, you know, are we going to break the support and continue pushing lower? That's the kind of big question today. Is if this is one big fake out and the daily does close above, then I'll go back and look at my weekly time frame and go, okay, cool, this weekly could flip bullish and we could be coming up for a retracement higher. However, the thing with trading fake outs is the fake outs never confirmed until the candle's closed. So as of right now, in terms of trading what we see and trading what's right in front of us, Tuesday, grab the highs bearish, Wednesday continue selling off. So I would like to continue selling gold. We have just bounced off this huge daily support, which you guys can see, but look at where we're at. We're also at big, massive daily resistance. That 3350 level is a very, 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 very strong area. So you have massive support and massive resistance. That's why I haven't really traded Asia too much the past couple of days. It's because you've kind of just been trapped. And Asia's been having some pretty aggressive false pullbacks. So when the daily is kind of like that, guys, it's kind of hard to say which way we're going to go. We'll use the lower time frame to try and digest it a little bit more. So if we look at where gold's coming into, huge resistance. Well, this is also big daily support. We can actually change this back to resistance. Why? Because the daily actually broke back below yesterday. So this now becomes daily resistance again. And last time you grabbed highs and closed bearish, you held this for 1, 2, 3 days and had an aggressive sell-off. So even if, I could pretty comfortably say, even if gold, let's just say this is going to be a daily fake out. We're having to digest gold a lot here this morning, guys, because it's kind of hard to understand. So we need to break it all down properly. But let's say if this is going to be a daily fake out, we do close above. Well, I would expect still an initial reaction from this resistance before, you know, maybe doing something like that. An initial reaction from this resistance could still give us a 200 tick pullback before then potentially going long. So I would like to be looking for shorts up here on gold today, guys. I don't really want to be buying gold. If we were buying gold, you know, it was back down on this fake out here. Look at this lovely break below, straight back, closure back above. We spoke about these fake outs on yesterday's session a lot. Close below, instantly close back above, engulfing all of this prior range, and then continue pushing up 79 ticks. So personally, I don't want to be a buyer here on gold. I believe gold could come for a bit of a pullback. And let's say even if gold was just coming for a pullback to this zone, well, that's an 80 tick range. 80 ticks in the London session. I'll absolutely take 80 ticks in the London session. So overall, neutral bias on gold. Intraday for London, I would like to see London have a bit of a pullback. So we can kind of see here, we are, grabbing lows, holding support, breaking higher. So if we can maybe squeeze up one more time, start to find some resistance and break out from here, I think gold for a short, back down even into like, what, 3.7s? Looks like a nice trade. However, I would like to see price liquidate these highs first. If we grab these highs, hold the resistance, then great. We could be looking for some shorts. And at least if we're looking for shorts on gold, well, at least we're following yesterday's push. So if we're going to be wrong, we're going to be wrong following the daily trend, which is very good. So we'll see how London open here, guys. But ideally, this 30-minute can come up, wick the highs, we start to break out, and then great, we could be looking for some shorts. If I do want to go long, and my bias is wrong, which is totally okay, I would want to see a strong breakout here. Otherwise, if I try and buy from here, I'm trying to buy 33.50, which we know is a very, very big daily level of resistance. So always keep in mind how the higher time frame looks. That's what I'm doing every single time I'm dropped down to the low time frame, guys. I'm always trying to understand how's that higher time frame looking and how can I follow it, because that's what I really want to be doing here. I want to be following, this daily continuation as opposed to, remember yesterday, guys, I said, let's not get stuck in here. Don't get stuck in here yesterday. Wait for price to break out. With the news and with the volume, you grabbed highs, you broke out. Great sell. So, same thing here again today. Explain to us how to trade news. I don't really. It depends what level you're at. To be honest, I don't really recommend it. The only way I will trade news is if I have clear targets and I have had liquidity grabs. So these were our targets yesterday, and you can kind of see here. Before the news, what did we do? Look at this, beautiful. Didn't really draw that on that well. But what did we do here before the news? How did I have a good indication? Now, I don't know. I never know what's going to happen. But how did I have a good indication that the news was going to come out bearish for gold? Again, you only react once it comes out and once the markets are moving. The reason that I was looking for shorts on gold yesterday with CPI, which I took about 200 plus ticks on, was this right here. This right here and this. And if you guys go back to yesterday's stream as well, this was a perfect double bottom. So you came up, you grab the highs, you stop out maybe any early sellers, and then where do you come? You come right back down for the next liquidity level, where you would have had a lot of people who would have been looking to buy, sitting their stops down just below, and then they get squeezed out. So the same way that we trade, here, so exactly same as the trade that we took on Monday. It's the same thing. We have a liquidity grab for entry, and we have clear targets. And there was actually a fantastic intraday trade here yesterday, depending on how it would have formed at real time. I wasn't watching it, but this would have been a lovely short. Look at that lovely liquidity grab. This rejection here, I think, would have brought in a lot of people who try and trade breaks and retests, which I don't believe works very well on gold. You reject the support, people jump in longs here where they set their stops, right down below this low. So when you come up and you have this huge liquidity wick and start to break these lows, amazing. There's your short. So there was some really nice moves. But like I say, I don't recommend you guys to trade news, especially not on funded accounts. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side. I don't trade news on funded accounts. Only on my personal for swing trading. It was a very nice short. Hi Aaron, may I know, is there a time limit to pass 50k combine? And please also details about number of micro contracts one can be traded. No, that's the beautiful thing about Topstep, man, is there's no time limit. There's zero time limit. You can take as long as you like. If it takes you 1 month, you pay $49, which is the price to do the combine. If it takes you 2 months, you pay another $49. So you just pay until you pass. Then once you pass, you stop paying that the monthly fee. In terms of micros, you can trade a maximum of 5 micros. I wouldn't advise to trade anywhere near that. So you could trade 5 micros. 50 micros, 5 minis. But like I said, I wouldn't say trade anywhere near that. But yeah, you can trade 10 times the amount of minis. So if you can trade a maximum of 5 minis, then you can trade 50 micros, which is honestly more than enough. You could pass a 50k combine using 5 micros. Trading gold, manage risk very, very, very well. I don't ever trade more than one mini on my 50k combines. So we got London open in 10 minutes here on gold, guys. If we don't grab these highs, but we break out, could I take it from there? Yes, definitely, because the hourly is going to be grabbing highs and rejecting. So if this hourly liquidates these previous hourly highs and rejects like this, top wick on the next hourly, to me this is worth a short. And who knows? You know, remember yesterday, this daily, when we jumped on, this daily was so bullish. And it was very hard to see that this daily could come all the way back down, but that's exactly what price loves to do. You know, before this was a huge wick rejection, this was an aggressively bearish candle. And if you thought, oh no, there's no way this is going to flip bullish, well then you miss out on taking advantage of these wicks. Before these are wicks, these are huge bearish candles. And everyone talks themselves out of the trade. But, you know, if you have your higher time frame bias in mind, for instance right now, although gold's looking very bullish right now, and it's hard to picture that this could be one big wick, I promise you gold can turn around very, 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 very quick. And you could look something like this. And even if today is going to be a fake out, I still think an initial reaction of like 50 to 100 plus tick pullback from 33.50 could give us a great intraday trade. So 1 mini 10 micros. Yep, exactly, man. Yep, exactly. And if you want to, at least if you trade 10 micros, then you can close partials. Whereas if you're trading just 1 mini, you can't close half. But if you were trading 10 micros, then you could close. If you're buying gold at 10, you could sell back 5 and close 50%. So yeah, let's see how gold's going to react around here, guys. We got about 7 minutes till London open. We'll have a look at NQ, see what we get on NQ. Let's get rid of all this analysis. Stocks had a crazy push again for me yesterday, guys. I'm up about 50% on AMD. I just closed some Nvidia as well. Absolutely huge push, and I've just cashed out a lot because I think NQ could be coming for a bit of a pullback, which to be honest I would love to see, because I'll buy back in for great prices. What does this look like on NQ? To me, this looks like a strong liquidity grab for a pullback. Where could we pull back into? I mean, there's a lot of places. This as an initial low here, back down at let's say 22,800. Easy. But, you know, could we come back and test these all-time highs? Let's have a look at the higher time frame. Did we retest it when we broke out? I mean, yeah, you kind of did. You kind of did here. Look, see? You kind of broke it. You retest it. You squeeze higher. I think we could come back for one more pullback here at NQ before we see some new highs. I do also like how it's Wednesday, which is not even halfway through the week, counting the New York session, and this weekly is starting to leave a very nice top wick. By the time this weekly closes, this weekly could come all the way back down here, and you could be looking for a nice potential pullback on NQ, which would actually be very, very nice. I would love to see some major stocks have a big pullback, because I would absolutely buy more. So wicking out some previous weekly highs. You haven't really tapped into any weekly lows for quite some time. And I know NQ does like to do similar concepts to gold, where you grab weekly lows and then you have a push. So, you know, when you see the weeklies being pushing this much, at some point, you know, you're going to need to come down for a big liquidity wick before going higher. So you could take advantage of that with price pulling back down some big levels before then. From here, then you might get that pullback. So potential sells coming up on NQ. That's just an overall outlook there. That's a very nice grab at the highs yesterday. Very, very, very nice grab. Where did you tap into? Tapped in 23,200. Big rejection, and already starting to have a decent pullback here. Did any guys trade NQ yesterday? Sian, did you trade NQ? I haven't seen many people trade NQ much. I didn't personally. NQ's crazy enough to trade NQ on news. I think is a bit too crazy. But it was you kind of, what did you do yesterday? So yeah, don't have to go with trade. Yeah, good man, good man. Yeah, NQ's hard enough to try and trade NQ with news. I don't like the sound of that. Let me just have a look at my currency chart here. This is starting to leave a nice rejection here, guys. We get some nice shorts here. So, I mean, you're already having a very, very decent sell-off, and this came pretty late in the day. Wow, look at that on NQSM. Wow, look at that price action. So where was the news? News was around here. Grab lows, close bullish, grab highs, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, broke out. Wow, that was a very, very, very choppy day on NQ. The actual real breakout didn't come till the afternoon session, which is 8 o'clock London time. What's that in New York? I think it's what, just after 12 maybe? Yeah, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That's a very, very, very nice breakout. Took its time though. I don't know if any of you guys did trade New York yesterday. For NQ, Alex, you may have got chopped up. I know if the hourly is doing this, the lower time frame is going to be very, 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 very tough. Yeah, look at this. This is where everyone gives back their gains. You'll be careful during these markets. There's a nice little pullback. Pull back in some highs. Continued selling. So I would, yeah, I'd like to see NQ continue selling off. I mean, it's kind of already doing it. Look, this is already very nice here. Look at this. Grab the highs, broke out, continued selling. Where? Down into these lows here. So with it already selling off pretty nicely, you'd want to see if you're going to pull back from here before continued selling. But yeah, I do like these. I do like these lows down here. It's quite far away to say just yet, but 22,775 looks like a big potential range to fill here. Not on the London session, but as an overall outlook today, this could be nice. You may get a little bit of a pullback in London before continued selling. I mean, it's already having a very nice short. There's your liquidity grab on NQ. You grab the highs and the breakout. So there's your liquidity grab, there's your breakout. So you'd ideally be selling this. If you're not already in the shorts, let's see if price can pull back before then going short. Gold's starting to look nice here, guys. Remember though, anything can happen at the last 5 minutes of the hourly. So we may as well let that hourly close. And if we top wick the next hourly, we're going to see if we can get some shorts, and this could be worth a shot. Thoughts on the shorts at 3:45 London time? 3:45 London time. 3:45. So 3:45, 15. Here. Yeah, it was not a bad short. Not a bad short there. I guess the second you start hitting this support, though, you don't want to be managing, I guess. No, it's pretty nice, yeah. Hourly breakout, yeah, it's a good trade, man. Yep, definitely. Grab the highs, close doji, continue sell off. Yeah, definitely. I guess as soon as this 15 comes up and Wixie ties here, you'd probably be managing risk like there. But yeah, I think that would have been a great loss. That was a good trade. You were selling. You were selling off the fact that yes, they had a huge sell-off. You had very clear targets. Even though that trade didn't work, I think that's a great trade. I think that's a lovely trade. If you guys did take that short, that's a very valid trade. That's what I like to see. And remember, guys, just because you took a loss doesn't mean you did something wrong. That's a great short. I would have shorted that if I was watching this. That was a very nice short. Yeah, 30-minute closure, hourly closure. You had your previous daily candle closing very bullish. Yeah, that was a very, very good short. 30-minute fake out. This one. That was nice. Yeah, that was nice 30-minute fake out. Yeah, nice. That was good. That was a good short as well, man. You probably would have been able to manage risk on this one. You would have definitely been break even by that point. So you closed above, grabbed the highs, closed right back below. Yeah, lovely fake out. And that was the liquidity level that we spoke about in the Asia market as well, for price to come up and grab these highs before potentially going short. So you came up, grabbed the highs, faked out, lovely short. 50 ticks, yeah, nice work, beautiful work, man. 50 ticks, wow. That's a... Yes, these ranges are big. Yeah, lovely short, man. Lovely short. London session coming up here, guys. Do you do any rituals or mental exercises before you head to your trading desk? Great question, and 100%. Every single day I do something for the mind, man. This morning I was doing jiu-jitsu at 6 a.m. I do something physical every single day before I go on the charts. Absolutely, every single day. It's my non-negotiable. Sometimes it doesn't have to be like an intense workout. I do jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai at least 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes it could just be in the morning, taking my dog for a walk on the beach with a coffee. Anything to get the body moving, 100%, man. I hate to roll out of bed and just go straight on the charts. It doesn't end well for me. So we have the London Open here, guys. Owly has just closed bullish, coming down for a bottom wick first, which you kind of want to see a bit of a top wick. I think we might wick out some highs first here. That's nice. Nice 15-minute evening style there. Look at that. Grab the highs, close bearish, pull back, trying to sell off. We do have some intraday support being formed here, so we might pull back a little bit first. Or if we break it, great. Then we can get short. Kind of got a little trend line coming up here as well that we could come down and squeeze. But yeah, I always do something every single day before going on the charts. 6 a.m. was pushing it for me this morning, though. It's the first time I've trained at 6 a.m. in a long time. 6 a.m. was early. Considering London's not until now for me, which is like 5 p.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. was an early grind, but yeah. Did my mixed martial arts for over 2 decades. Nice, man, nice. I love it. I've only done jiu-jitsu for like maybe 5 months. Jiu-jitsu's been amazing for the mind because like when you're there, it's all you think about. And I don't do these things to necessarily, you know, want to go do a jiu-jitsu competition. I do it because it helps me mentally and it helps me with trading, which is such a weird concept to understand when you're first starting in trading. You're like, how on earth could me going to work out or me doing something that helped me become a better trader? But it's about mentally detaching from the charts. Trading can be very stressful. And if you spend your whole waking hour on the charts, it gets to you. So doing something that mentally helps you every single day, yeah, it's been a game changer, man, 100%. How much sleep do you usually get? I've just started tracking my sleep on my Whoop band here. Typically about 5 to 6 hours. I want to try and get more though, to be honest. I've only just started tracking my sleep more, but yeah, I typically get, on average, I'd say 6 of like good sleep. Last night, that's why it's kind of funny tracking your sleep on my Whoop here. Last night, I had a terrible sleep score, apparently. I thought I slept quite well, but apparently not. Let me just close my door, guys. It's getting dark here. 2 seconds. Market makers will struggle to kidnap you again. Now you have a BJJ experience. No, market makers are coming for me. Oh my god, bro. What was that you used to track your sleep? It's called Whoop. It's a Whoop band. It does a lot, to be honest. I actually just got a notification now saying today I've spent 1 hour and 44 minutes in the high stress zone. Majority of which came from outside of sleep and training activities. So I don't know, apparently I'm in the high stress zone. You can track your beats per minute. Maybe we should start tracking it when we're in a big trade. We'll see if it goes up or down. How many pairs do you recommend for non-profitable traders to focus on? One. You don't need to be trading multiple different instruments. The reason I just trade gold, and you guys see me just trade gold. Gold is all I've traded to get all my funded accounts on Topstep, all my payouts. It's because simplicity is key. It's okay to look at other markets, but when you're first trying to get consistent, just focus on one. And you could make more than enough just trading NQ or just trading gold or just trading ES. Whatever it may be, just focus on that one. You don't need to be... When I first started trading, I think I still have it. Let me see if I can show you guys. Wrong screen. Do I still have it? Yeah, I used to trade all of these. I literally used to go through every single week and try and trade all of these instruments. It's just way too much. Especially for intraday trading. Intraday trading, you need to be focused. So if you're trying to focus on too many things, you could miss opportunities. But for me on gold, gold's more than enough. Gold gives me plenty of opportunities, good couple of times a week, and I can make great consistent returns on gold. That's why I love gold so much. Doesn't have to be gold. You know, gold's my thing. Gold doesn't have to be your thing. It's time to break out here, guys. See if we can. Let's see if we can sell off here. 30. I'm surprised I didn't grab the highs, but if we can break out, let's see. We do have this 30 support here. Kind of just look and see if price can break this to go short. Or ideally, I'd already be in the short, but there wasn't much of an opportunity to get short on this top wick. You kind of just opened very quick little top wick and just sold off, which makes me think a steeper top wick can be created. But yeah, if you're not quite profitable, just focus on one. Focus on one instrument, one session, and knuckle that down. Oh, nice. I like that, Greg. Marry the instrument, not the trade. I like that. I like that. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that hourly closure on gold. Sorry, NQ. I mean, no, yeah, nice sell off there on NQ. You broke below that V up. You held it again. Look at that, beautiful. Broke below it, held it, continuing to squeeze off. The thing is, though, this is a really nice sell off. Really nice sell off. So, in terms of new trades on NQ, I mean, maybe buys if you get a fake out. I wouldn't want to be selling. I mean, I would want to be selling, but I would have been ideally shorting from up here. Would I be taking new sell positions here? Not really. So, potential fake out buys on NQ for a pullback, if it is something you would want. And I also like gold to have a pullback before we get short as well. But yeah, anything else you guys looking at, feel free to send it over. We've got some time here on gold. Coach Troop in the house. New lows on ES. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice. Oh, look at this coming into big support. Big support. I personally think, again, not that it matters what we think. I personally think we're going to break this. Look at this lovely. Wow. Actually, see, look, this is how ES was so much. If you have a look at NQ on the New York Open yesterday on the hourly, how hard it was. Look at NQ here yesterday at New York Open. Huge bearish push, bullish, bearish, bullish, and that's the hourly time frame. Because if you actually have a look on ES was much nicer. Look at that. Here, just broke out at 2 p.m. Continued selling and followed through into the PM session as well. Yeah, I personally see we could be seeing NQ and ES come for some decent pullbacks. Look at this lovely grab of the highs, holding the resistance here. Lovely sell off. There is a lot of room to retrace here as well. Look at this. There's just been a straight push up since June, just non-stop. To come down and correct some of this, honestly, it would be healthy and it would make sense. We've been non-stop pushing since pretty much April, which has been great for the stocks. But to me, it looks like it looks like a bit of a pullback. Could be nice here. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm still watching gold on my other chart, guys. So I want to see at least a 15-minute breakout before potentially shorting, because it wasn't that much of a top wick. So let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Yeah, lovely sell-off on the Dow as well. Look at that. Daily grab highs continued selling off. You could be seeing the Dow coming down for a very nice pullback. I mean, back down into what, 43.50? 43,500. You could see a decent retracement coming on the Dow. 4 hour already breaking massive support. This is a huge sell-off. So I would say, yeah, continuing to short. Again, I personally wouldn't want to be trying to call lows here. This to me could continue squeezing. Yeah, pullback. Yeah, I think a pullback would honestly be nice on NQ and ES. Like I say, I think it would be very healthy as well. Where's our NQ chart gone? Let's go here. Yeah, even back down to these lows of the 7th of July. Just play this range, come back down to here. I think that'd be nice. Yeah, I think it's with London though. London's, you're already having a very nice sell-off here in London. Very nice sell-off. NQ having a bit of a sell-off here, guys. Gold having a bit of a sell-off here as well. Wasn't much of a top wick on gold, so we're just going to wait for this first 15 minute of the London session here. See if we can break out, and then we'll see if we can get some shorts here. Let's see if we can get some shorts here in gold. Aaron, what do you attribute your trading success, your setup, or your psychology? Both, to be honest. My technical ability isn't that complex. I mean, I can say that. That's because I've been doing it. I've been trading my same way for so long. But the technical analysis on gold isn't the hard part. The hard part is pressing the button when you said you'd press the button, and that comes from trading psychology. For me, the biggest thing that I try and get down is just good execution. Like I personally don't care about being wrong. A lot of people are scared to be wrong. I don't care about being wrong. As long as I'm right, as long as I'm wrong fast and I can manage my risk, who cares? We're not paid to be right all the time. You're never going to be right all the time. So all I care about is having good execution and good risk management. I use a lot of these, liquidity concepts, which if you haven't used before, maybe you might find it complicated. But the more you see the chance, the more you see it happen, and how often it happens, it doesn't take that long to get down. But for me, like I say, trading for 7 years. Over the 7 years, my trading hasn't got more complex. If anything, it's got more simpler. But again, trading for so long, you kind of get numb to a lot of things that in the beginning you get excited about. Like you don't get as excited about the numbers anymore. You just kind of become more neutral. So I guess there's a few different things. It's hard to point your finger on one exact thing, but I guess, taken away from the monetary value, I guess you could say is also psychology. Obviously, good psychology with a poor trading plan and poor risk management doesn't work. They kind of have to go. Everything goes hand in hand. But yeah, psychology is a big one for me. It's probably my most enjoyable part of trading at the minute. I don't really watch too many trading technical videos anymore, if ever. I love to watch trading psychology videos of people who have been trading for longer than me and who can hold bigger size than me. That's what I love. I love, the next barriers in me for trading is, trading more size and holding the bigger trades. That's the kind of the next hurdles, which, if you've been trading for like 2 years, you should have a pretty good, a very good technical understanding of the markets. Most of the time, you don't need to know more technicals, which is what most people think. And that's kind of where I believe most people go wrong, is they're always searching for some secret indicator. We got the first 15-minute close coming in 2 minutes here, guys. We got a lovely sell-off here. It did have a little bit of a top wick. It's too quick for me to enter, but it was a very good, nice little top wick. Only 20 ticks, though. Good question. How do you know when to let a trade breathe when it's going wrong to cut it off? Great question. For me, it's always about closures on the higher time frame. If I'm wrong on a trade, it's typically a 30-minute closure against me. For instance, our trade that we took on Monday, as long as we hold above here, I'm happy to let my trade breathe. If we close below, then I'll exit. But at the same time, I don't want it to stall too much. Say if we got tagged in and priced out at the range above here, then I might be inclined to exit because it's not really driving. I want to see my entry in volume because we're trying to trade the momentum. But for me, the best way to exit my trades that I have found works the best on gold is 30-minute closures against me. Typically, not all the time. Nothing's 100%. It's not what we're paid to do either. But in terms of probability, typically, if I get a 30-minute closure against me, I'm most of the time wrong. Sometimes it might close against me. I'll cut the trade, then it'll close in my favor, and then it will continue pushing. That's fine. I also am willing to give my trades a second chance. But for the most part, yeah, I would say a high time frame closure against me is typically a good exit. 15-minute close coming up here in 1 minute, guys. What source to use for your VWAP? I just have the standard one on here. I've never really changed it too much. Lovely 15-minute sell-off here, guys. I would love to be nice, but it's a very, very quick top wick. Yeah, nice come up for a top wick in the hour. Yep. And then we get short. This is a nice, very nice 15-minute closure here. Come down and squeeze some lows. This is what we're looking for here today, guys. Gold to come down for a bit of a pullback. Yeah, 100% Aiden. So true, man. So true. So true. Yeah, I'll look to get short on the next 15. See if we get short on the next 15. We're closing nice and bearish. I would imagine any rejection from here could bring in some early buyers. I want to be looking to see if we can short into that. So yeah, if we get top wick on the next 15, I'm going to see if we can get short here. Nice support being formed here, so you can get a little bit of a pullback, and then we can get short. So a little bit of a top wick, maybe come up and grab some highs, and I'll look to get short on gold from somewhere above here. Let's see if we get short. There's a little bit of a pullback, come up, grab some highs, nice top wick on the 15. I like these shorts today on gold. What do we have into the lows? 14 ticks, very small. Too small to take it from here. If we can wick up a little bit more, we'll see if we can get short. The reason I wouldn't put in a sell stop right now, guys, like we normally do, is because if I put in a sell stop here, if I put in a sell stop and we get tagged short here, you're going to have to manage very aggressively. So if I'm going to get short, I'm just going to market execute. So then I can manage much quicker. Let's have a look at the 5 minute here, guys. Oh, nice push up here. Wow, look at this. Very nice push. Lovely, lovely push. Any signs of rejection, and we could get short. What do we have from this support down into this next level? 43 ticks. Yeah, not bad, not bad. We do, remember, keep in the back of our mind, the 30 minute is at big support as well. See here? Always keep in mind where your 30 minutes at. And all of your time frames. I did see someone asked what's the best time frame to trade, or what's too many. They all work in confluence. Sometimes, you know, if the 15 minutes choppy, then there's no need to look at the 5 minute. I'll only look at the 5 minute once I'm ready to actually execute my trade. Yeah, it is. I don't like these shorts. If we look like this, then you know I don't want to get short here. But there's honestly, for me anyway, personally, I couldn't just trade one time frame. To me, that doesn't really make sense. Oh, I could, but that would be because I would be understanding how the higher time frame closes. But for me personally, higher time frame closures are my confirmation. Lower time frame is purely for execution. And by higher time frame, I mean like hourly and 30 minute. I typically want to be holding my gold trades for at least, you know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. If we wick 15 highs, I may see if we get short. 15's coming up from the instant top wick. So you're kind of holding some resistance here. We kind of also have some support here, so we have a little bit of a range here, guys. A little bit of a range here. Oh, nice potential 15-minute fake out coming on NQ as well, guys. NQ and gold moving in sync today. NQ pushing up, gold pushing up. What's copper been up to here, guys? Let's have a look. Copper back down at 550 again. Big range on copper. Look at that, huge 4-hour fake out. Broke above, broke straight back below. Tried to push lower, but again, do you want to trade in this range on copper? Not really. So, elimination process of the watch list, copper would be straight off the cards there for me personally. I wouldn't want to get too caught in that. Let's have a look at crude. Yeah, there is, Lid. Yeah, there is, man. There is. Unfortunately. I know we spoke about this before. I still like sells on crude to come back down into 64. I think we can squeeze lower here. Crude's done pretty much nothing till we had this insane sell-off at the end of June. Huge sell-off above these previous highs from January. Tag the highs, huge sell-off. Pretty much ranged. I personally, I like crude to come back down to 64. Intraday though, it's been very, 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 very choppy. Was this yesterday? Where was yesterday? No, that was a previous day. Look at that. Broke above, grabbed the highs, broke straight back below. Huge fake out. Same as the way that we trade gold. Look at that. Big massive break above, grab the highs, engulf straight back below. Fake out sells, continued pushing lower. So I would say crude for a little bit of a pullback, then I still like crude to go lower. What time is that news? 1:30 tonight, I believe. Yeah, 10:30 my time, 1:30 London time. Yeah, 15 highs have been grabbed, but very strong. Very, very strong. I wouldn't we're not short in gold yet, guys. There's no confirmation, so there's no selling gold just yet. The thing is, could you get 15-minute fake out buys? I mean, how did the look at that. Oh, look at where we tapped into here, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Where did we just tap into? Previous hourly lows. Could we be pulling back into 33.50 before then going short? Let's see. Let's see. You did just you haven't tagged the highs here on the futures, but you have on the currency. Nice little 5-minute morning star play there. Morning star. Morning star. We got time here, guys. We're only 20 minutes into London Open as well. It's the first sign of volume here, though. Kind of crept down. Decent push there. Thank you. Taking Asia highs. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Asia highs background here. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there is big news today as well, guys. I still believe London will have a better move than yesterday, because you've kind of been chopping on gold since 5:45 London time. So that's a pretty decent amount of time to have the next leg, whether it be a bit of a pullback, maybe 5-minute fake out sales on gold, maybe 15-minute fake out buys. The 5-minute closes back below. There's potential to go short. Let's see. It's not rushing, guys. We've got time here. We've got time. The currency chart is looking nicer. That's kind of what we're looking at here, guys. Came up, tagged the highs, starting to reject. So if you do break lower, there is the potential. The futures 5-minute did just close bullish though, so let's see how this see if this 5 minutes is going to fake out or not. Let's not rush anything here, because we are in a bit of a range, and it's a little bit of a tight range today. From what, here to here, 25 ticks. Said that as I was typing, stop reading minds. Yeah, good spot, man. Good spot. Good minds think alike. Good minds think alike. So, 15-minute fake out buys, potential break of the lows and continued selling. Why would I now take the break of the lows opposed to before? Well, we have a strong liquidity grab, so if we break these lows, we could be good to drive. If we don't break these lows, potential into 33.50. Look at this 30-minute. So 30-minute came down, so you grabbed the highs, held resistance, holding support. Could this be a liquidity grab? It's gonna be an interesting 30-minute closure, guys. I think this 30-minute hopefully should tell us something. If the 30-minute closes back above here, like somewhat doji, then that could actually be a bit of a bottom wick on the next 30 to then squeeze the highs before then going short. I'm not opposed to that. We want to be very reactive, guys. I don't have a bias on gold right now. I want to be very neutral and reactive to the way that price is breaking out. I'm not trying to predict too much here. Long train day. See you later. Cheers, Coach Hoop. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, looks like NQ's finding some support there, guys. Big support. Look at that. Again, this is the reason I said I don't want to sell NQ this low. If you're going to sell NQ, you were shorting NQ up here. You're not going to be taking new sell positions here. So you could have a strong 15-minute fake out here in NQ. The only thing is, where are you going to be buying into? That's the only thing. Don't get too excited about a liquidity grab. Where would you be buying a liquidity grab into? Could you come for a deeper retracement and maybe pull back some of this sell-off yesterday? Yeah, maybe you could. Maybe. Oh, look at that. Just drew a little trend line. Look at that. Nice little trend line coming down. But the only thing is, if you could, this would still be a strong level to break first before then pull back before potentially shorting. I think this 30-minute closure is going to be the real decider here, guys. 30 minutes looking like we may close bullish, which if we do close bullish, or if not doji on gold, 8:30 buys could actually be nice. Because you have clear targets, you have a liquidity gap for entry. And what would this range be? 40 ticks. It's not the biggest of ranges. Not the biggest of ranges. This is a lovely fake out buy in Asia. I personally wouldn't have taken it. I wouldn't have taken this fake out buy because yesterday was so bearish. But you broke below, you broke straight back above. Huge push up. Pretty much reminds me of exactly what we did the previous day here in Asia as well. Look at this in Asia. Again, I wouldn't be buying against this, but look at it, exactly the same thing. Broke below, broke straight back above, huge push. Exactly the same thing. Broke below, broke straight back above, lovely push. That was a what? 90 tick push? Yeah, do you mean for the Asia push for the targets? Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have taken it. I wouldn't have taken this fake out buy because yeah, no targets and you're trading against yesterday's massive CPI sell-off. Not really my style. Not my style. Yeah, true. 3400, yeah, 9 ticks away. Very true, man. Very true. Let's see here, guys. Let's see. Let's have a look here. Are we going to close bearish? Are we going to close back above? This 5 minutes going to be the real decider here, guys. This is the last 5 minute of the last 5 minute of the 30 minute. If this 5 minute closes bearish, then the 15 will still look like you're going to wick down. If it closes bullish, then we could be looking for longs. So this is going to be the real decider here. Current 5 on the currency is grabbing previous lows. So there's the potential for a buy stop, but I think it makes sense to wait for the actual closure. Nothing really jumping out just here yet, guys. We got time. We got time. Don't rush it, guys. Don't rush it. It depends on how big my stops are. In today's range, probably just 1, to be honest. I'll trade 1 to 2. And I'll be copying these here as well. I guess you could say 3. Let's see it, guys. 3 minutes. It's not quite a 15-minute fake out, though. I mean, you have closed bullish, but is it anything like these ones? See, like that one wasn't really super convincing, so maybe you wait for this one to close and then you'd get your trade. It's not the strongest of 15-minute fake outs just yet. We got 2 minutes, though. Anything can happen on gold. Gold is one that, you guys have to, and you guys who are maybe new to trading gold, you have to wait for the closures. Because it can look like it's gonna wick down if you try jumping shorts. I've literally seen gold at like the last minute can push all the way back up or push all the way back down. The candle closures on gold are very, very key. Thank you, John. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Thank you very much. So let's just see this 15 and 30-minute closure here, guys. If I'm buying gold today, it would only be a pullback into this daily resistance. 33.50 is going to be a big potential reversal region. I'm wondering if maybe people are getting in short and you're going to squeeze them out one more time before then going lower. The intraday time frame will tell us that. We don't have to try and worry about that. That intraday time frame will tell us, and that'll be based off a closure above and below. Oh, see, this is now looking like potential shorts. 30-minute. See here, 15-minute looking like you're going to roll over. Go look at the 30-minute. It's not really doing anything. That 15 is a pretty strong liquidity grab in the currency, though. Top wick, and I might give it a shot. Give it a little test. It looks much stronger here. Looks much stronger there to roll over. Let's see. 1 minute here, guys. If the currency closes like this, I may take a risky short here. Maybe some micros. We'll see. My only concern is that 30-minute. I mean, it's not looking bad, but like, we're just kind of stuck. A little bit stuck. We'll have a look at that 30-minute closure on NQ as well, guys. So you're going to get a pretty decent bullish closure here. Grabbing big support, closing bullish, you might get a little bit of a pullback. Maybe back up into 23,000. Yeah, I'm going to stick on the mic. I'm going to trade, if I'm going to get a short, guys, I'm going to trade micros. Because I don't love the trade, but I also kind of want to give it a shot. Actually, no, that's rejecting quite a lot. Yeah, let's see. Top wick on the next 15. I might look for a short here, guys. I'm going to be trading micros. Yeah, I know that's my concern, Liddy. I agree. I agree. With not the most obvious liquidity levels. So if we get an instant top wick, I'll see if we can short. I'll manage at the lows, and we're trying to see if we can come back down into 33.40 and lower. Oh, look at that. Last couple of seconds there, you're trying to flip back bearish. Top wick, and I'm going to look for some sells here, guys. Let me see. A little bit more. I was about to get short. A little bit more. Just so I can get a good risk reward. Got you guys all excited getting up the buttons. Is he going to press it? Is he going to press it? Let's see. I just want to see a little bit of a top weight, because right now my stop would have to be here. Well, here to here is not the best. Instant tap into the lows. How did the 30-minute close? 30-minute closed. Yeah, 30-minute close bearish. Instantly coming for the lows. Cool. Now we'll pull them back. All right, let's see. So you just came down, tagged lows. Now you're having a bit of a pullback. Let's see if we can get short here on gold. Just above. Whereabouts you got it, Jamie? Whereabouts you got it, man? Around the 33.50. Targets for get on the buttons. The targets will be back down at these lows here, at 33.40. Yeah, 33.50. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I do like that for as well. 43 on the spot. Yeah, nice. Yep, that kind of makes sense, man. We almost pressed it. What I do like here on gold is this trend line. The reason I like this is because you guys know the way we like to look at trend lines is we like to think that most people are trying to buy this. And what does gold love to do? It loves to bounce off the trend line and then come down and squeeze it. So maybe the initial reaction we squeeze up and then we get our short. Nothing's really obvious here to check, guys, but we are getting volume, which is good. We are getting some volume. It's nice to see some volume coming in on gold. I know, yeah, I agree, Sean. I agree. Instantly as well. Instantly tagged the 15 lows and is rejecting higher. Didn't tag 30 lows though. See, this is why gold's a little bit tough here, guys. So 15-minute has grabbed highs and looking like you're going to push down. 30-minute did close bearish, but look at where the hourly is. How many times have we said how important it is for our hourly candle to close? Look at where this hourly is. Where's this hourly? Right at previous hourly lows. I'm rejecting. So this is why kind of each time frame is a little bit contradicting here, guys. That's the reason I'm not massively jumping into any positions right now. I absolutely want to take a trade here together, guys, but I don't want us to take a trade for the sake of it. Remember, guys, not trading is also trading. Protecting your capital is the key. So I do like the shorts. I'm not a huge fan of that hourly. How's the 4 hour in the currency? Yeah, 4 hour looks good to roll over, actually. And, you know, kind of, yeah, range up. You know, when all my time frames, I mean, not every single one of my time frames has to line up, but ideally the hourly has a strong confirmation, then I have, you know, more leeway to short the lower time frame. Let's have a look. NQ. 15-minute fake out in NQ. Huge fake out in NQ. Wow, look at that. Massive rejection. Close back bullish. Maybe pull back into 23,000. Scared money don't make money. That's very true. Yeah, you tell him, Liddy. Scared money don't make money. That's a good point. Anything else you guys are looking at? Feel free to send it over, guys. I was kind of letting gold develop a little bit here. We're in a little bit of a range. We got time. We got plenty of time here, guys. Doesn't have to just be gold. Anything else you guys want me to break down? We can have a look at some other markets here. Gold's in a little bit of range. Yep, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's have a look at the yen. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the yen. Oh, wow. Big sell-off on the yen. Big sell-off. Look at that. Never tagged the highs. Very interesting. Maybe it doesn't follow the same liquidity principles. When was this? Since July. Look at this. Huge sell-off on the yen. Big sell-off on the yen. Weekly, I mean, we're overall so bearish. We've always been bearish for a long time. And we're back down at some lows from March, and then after that, this is just a higher time from outlook. Coming back down here, back down to breakouts from February, November, resistance from January. Gold having a little bit of a squeeze high, guys. We're not missing too much on gold, guys. Maybe 30-minute fake out buys. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, maybe a swing trade. Yeah, found trades better purely on the hourly and 30-minute. 5 can look real messy. Yeah, I've never intraday traded the yen. I mean, I used to intraday trade pound yen when I was trading more of the currencies. Pound yen used to be a good one. Pound yen in the London session could be nice. But the yen futures alone, I'm not too sure. This is a crazy sell-off though. GJ's where I started. Nice. Yeah, I haven't looked at GJ in ages. I used to like trading GJ. This is a huge sell-off. Massive sell-off. I wouldn't really want to. The thing is, with this big of a sell-off, are we going to continue selling off, or are we going to have a bit of a pullback? I mean, a pullback would make sense. I wouldn't want to be short in this low. Maybe come pull back into this trend line and maybe retest some of these breakout levels from yesterday. Nah, 2-hour time frame I haven't tried, man. Wait there, gold's starting to have a bit of a breakout here. I used to trade the 3-hour. The 3-hour used to be a great time frame for gold. Swing trading the 3-hour used to be very nice. 2-hour I've never tried, man. Nah, never tried 2-hour. Nah, maybe not. I was seeing if gold was going to get a bit of a breakout there. Yeah, I'd say the yen bit of a pullback, man. Yeah, currency been selling for a long time. Other than the euro. Euro's been on a lovely run recently. Euro's been on a huge run. Oh, wow, look at this on the euro. This looks great for a sell-off. Look at this. Tag the highs, close bearish. The euro looks good for a roll over here. Yeah, DXY push now, yep. What does D always, the D on after you always trade? I think D trades a lot of DAX, I believe. Platinum. I think a lot of commodities as well. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I believe D trades the DAX as well. Yeah, 3 hours wild. Yeah, it actually used to be really nice for gold. For swing trading, it actually used to be really nice. Let's have a look on gold, guys. What are we up to? I don't think gold's really doing too much today, unfortunately, guys. We got time here, though. Remember, one candle can change everything. You might wait an hour for a trade, but I promise you that patience can pay. It always does. It always does. DAX and copper, there you go. Nice, yeah. D trades DAX and copper. Cool. I think copper's a pretty hard one to trade at the minute. Look at the daily on copper. Daily on copper's looking tough. Intraday looking really tough. Look at this. I do like a copper to pull back into 565, but it's looking pretty tough. Nice fake. Oh, look at that, good fake. Look how often we see these fake outs, guys. Look at this. Break above, break straight back below. Huge sell-off. Yeah, me too, Sean. Yeah. Copper's a. I have a love-hate relationship with copper. We've had some great trades on copper. We've also had some trades where I'm like, I don't even know what copper's doing. My best trade on copper was a swing trade, though. My best ever trade on copper was a swing trade. which was here in February. Swing trade here. Oh, below week lows. Pull back into $5. The last time I traded copper. Yeah, gold is gold's just playing around the range. I think we may get some trades on gold at the hourly closure, to be honest. We'll see. I'm not going anywhere. We're still going to stick around. Yeah, nice here, nice. That's interesting, man. Made more ticks on copper than gold lately. Again, that's why it can be good to watch both. You know, if you're getting the consistency down, you can watch both. Why not? Squeeze the hourly low. I mean, the thing is, the hourly is looking like it was going to flip bullish. Now it's looking like it's going to come back lower. 15-minute, you know, trying to get back lower. It's just my only thing is, like, I just don't really want to be a seller at support. And even if I'm a seller here, you know, this 15-minute flip that we're talking about, like, this isn't, I mean, it's not a bad trade, but it's more so just like it's, is a 1-to-1 the best trade? I'm not sure. I am sure it's not. This isn't like this does. I can see this. I just don't know if it's a position that I want to take, only because the risk was not the best. These lows here, I don't know what's going to happen below here. We might come down these lows. That would be my targets, but these lows here would be a strong management point. Uh, 15 close in 3 minutes, guys. If we close at this, then, you know, maybe we can risk off some 5-minute highs. Why didn't you sell gold at the 15-minute order block? Why didn't I buy gold at $1,000 and be done for the year? We should have bought gold at. We should have. If we had bought. Why didn't you buy gold at the start of the year and spent the rest of the year on a beach? Because hindsight's a wonderful thing. Because it's just rangy. The range is just too small for me. If you get squeezed on this range and it holds the support, you can look back and go, why was I trying to trade this range? You're big support. It's not, you're not trying to talk yourself out of trade. You're being a realist. Do I want to trade in a 19 tick range? No. If I want 19 ticks today, I could get 19 ticks, you know, here when you break out yesterday in seconds. We took 200 plus ticks yesterday. What do I want? What do I want to try and trade this range for? It's not about talking yourself out of a trade. It's about being a realist and knowing when to step back, when to execute, when to step back. For me personally, if I trade this range and price chops up, I'm gonna be annoyed at myself. Why didn't I buy Bitcoin in 2011 instead of putting $1,000 in internet poker account? Speaking of Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin been up to? That's a great point. Yeah, honestly, Liddy, literally. That's true, mate. Yeah, 19 ticks at 10 minis. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, look at that. Nice bearish closure on Bitcoin yesterday. Back below 120. Pulling back up here. I think you can pull back into 115. Yeah, could be trading 5 accounts. That's a great point, actually. That's a very good point. Bitcoin could sell off more. Very realistic, man. Very realistic. NQ as well, guys. NQ. Decent sell-off here pre-London. Don't be too surprised to see NQ go a bit of range. It's been on a crazy run, man. Crazy run. Where are we? Sorry. Yeah, XRP's been on a... Back at $3, I believe. Back at $3 is huge. Bounced off 2 perfectly. Where's my charts gone? I messed up all my charts here. Here. Gold squeezing the lows here, guys. Gold squeezing the lows. If you're short on that 15, I would be managing right as you get these lows. What's this 15 flip? It's only 19 ticks, guys. We're not really doing that much. But break even, yeah, nice. Yeah, if you're in the shorts, yeah, quick break even's good. If I was in the shorts, I'd be break even. The ranges are very small here, guys. Looks like a decent push. It's 19 ticks. 19 ticks is nothing. 17 ticks. It's a very, very, very small move. And you probably get a little bit of spreads here today as well. You won't get the best of fills here because you're just in a little bit of range. Very, very, very low volume. I mean, 17 ticks in the London session 2 years ago was great, but compared to what we're used to, 17 ticks is too tight. At least not the ones trying to jump in the longs here. I think a lot of people who are getting trapped in some longs. The more you the more you stretch your screen, where's that gone? Why does my zoom keep going so? The more you stretch your screen, the bigger the pullback. Well, look, yeah, true. We do it like this. Oh, then it actually does look worthwhile. 30-minute bouncing again here, guys. Out of break even, yeah, good management. You got to be aggressive with the management. We're just ranging. I know. Where's the volume? I know. Where's the volume today, Goldie? Where's the volume? Where's the volume, Goldie? I do believe you'll squeeze these lows. These lows make sense. These lows here. You've probably got anyone who is long from here. Sorry, wrong position. Probably got anyone who's long from here. Stop sitting down just below. Like, this is a great short in terms of our liquidity plays. It's just the range isn't worth it. Let me skip this music on. 30-minute trend line a bit lower. Yeah, there is. Well, the thing is, like, my preferred play on gold is that new leg lower. That's my ideal trade today. Pull back into 33.50 and then continuations down into this low from yesterday. Yeah, I agree, Sean. Yeah, I'm thinking the same on the currency, man. 4-hour evening style play shaping up on the currency here, which is going to close in about an hour. Grabbing the highs. So you tag the lows here, close bullish. Now you're grabbing the highs, closing bearish. Short and straight into the view app. Yeah, that's a good point, man. Good point. Good point. Plenty of time. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Plenty. Why does my Zoom chat keep going to the top? Let me see, Jamie. Nice. Good, man. Good execution, man. That's the thing. If you see it, take it. Good execution, man. It would have been lovely to short that hourly top wick. It was just very, 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 very quick. Here, what's that? Still though, only it's 38 ticks on the 38 ticks on the hourly. How's the 4-hour? Grabbing highs, yeah. 9 to 10 AM, maybe the play. Maybe the play. Let's have a look. Copper, yeah, copper. Be careful on copper. Be careful on NQ as well. NQ's already had a decent move for London. Silver back down at 38. Wow, look at that. Silver could have a bit of a pullback here. Silver back down at 38. Hey, you may get a bit of a kind of same as gold. You look at this top out and then come down and tag the yesterday's low. Look at that in the currency, much nicer. Look here on the currency. If we just have a look, let me show you guys this screen. See, this was nicer on the currency because you did grab the highs. But again, if you're shorting here, where's your stop? Above previous liquidity grab. Where's your target? Here, maybe? It's like, is it? You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with one-to-one risk rewards, but it's just more so a one-to-one risk reward where you're just about maybe squeezing 25 ticks. It's just a little bit too aggressive for me. Reason for the sell on golds. Reasons for the sells is previous daily close very bearish with a evening star play. We have untapped previous daily lows as well, and big daily resistance as well, man. Look at this huge daily resistance. Look at these huge wicks. Huge wicks. So I mean, this daily to flip bearish, May take until the news, but that's my big play here today. I may see if I can add in some more swing shorts as well. We'll see. We'll see. But in terms of London, yeah, we're not doing too much here, guys. That's the reason I'm not jumping in positions. We're up, we're down, we're back up. So even if we did short this 15, we'd be out there at break even anyway. So we saved ourselves the mental capital. Question about platform? Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me have a look, Jamie. Let's see, man. I like that, man. I like that. I still have it on here as well, man. So gold finding support there, guys. That's the reason I wasn't eagerly jumping in shorts. Because I don't want to get trapped in the range. You know, you try and trade these ranges. You know, you may have taken a break even, which you go, well, that's fine. A break even is good. You didn't lose any money, but you have to understand. You know, when price goes sideways in these ranges, it's not necessarily about the capital loss that you may take. It's more so about the mental capital you're drained before the real volume comes in. That's the reason I'm not jumping in these ranges. It's not because I'm scared to take a loss or I don't want to take a loss. It's because my mental capital is very important. And why do I want to drain it when price is in a range that's unlikely to hold for the rest of the day? You know, mental capital is very important, guys. If you trade in these ranges, you get chopped up. It is incredibly draining. And then same as yesterday, guys. Same as yesterday. Yesterday was a prime example of if you had traded this range, you very likely would have got chopped up. Or you could have waited for the range to break after your liquidity gap, and then you could have shorted from here to here. And you could have shorted here to here and you made 200 plus ticks. So do you want to, you know, get stuck in these ranges during uncertainty and the times where the markets will absolutely drain you? You drain yourself in here, you hit daily loss limits before the market breaks out and give you what would have been a perfect short if you had actually just let the markets play out and come to you. It's pretty much the same thing here, guys. So if you guys are wondering why is this guy yapping and not trading? I'm not trading. I just don't see anything of interest for us here just yet. And we're also protecting the capital. You guys have to remember, although we haven't jumped in a trade, we also haven't taken a loss. That's a win. Exactly, Michael. Exactly. That's how you have to think as well. If you were back testing this right now, you guys knew this, what Michael just said. If this was bar replay, it would be skipped until we got out of this range. Exactly. If this was a backtesting session right now, what would we be doing in this range? We would need to skip this next couple of candles on and just wait for it to break out. And that's why everyone performs so well in backtesting, but so poorly in live markets. Because price action like this, you would literally be there like skipping them candles. I don't know if you can hear my mouse clicking, but you do. You'd be skipping them candles along because you want to see more price action to get the next trade. And that's how you have to think in live markets. So that's a very good point, man. Hurry up and give us signals. I'll see if I can bump the markets for you, man. To be honest, I like this for longs. Is this a range? Let's have a look, man. And there's nothing wrong with trading a range. Like I still trade ranges, but I'll trade ranges when the ranges are big enough. You know, for instance, here to here, you know, 100 tick range. I'll absolutely trade a 100 tick range. Will I trade a 29 tick range? Personally not. Yeah, he does, man. Yeah, he does. Yes, absolutely, Aiden. Yeah, it is. Yep, that's the range, man. 100%. From the lows to highs. Yep, absolutely, man. Do you trade New York? Yes, I do, man. I do. When I trade New York, though, or even when I trade Asia, I don't really actively sit and watch every 5-minute candle closure, to be honest. I'm more so trading off the 30-minute and higher. Like when I'm trading Asia, when I'm trading New York, I'm watching my higher time frame closures. And I'm kind of, for instance, right now, when I jump off with you guys, you know, I'll monitor on the go my hourly closures. Once my hourly, like if this hourly breaks out, I'll short the 9 a.m. candle. I kind of wait for them candles to high time frame candles to close. Then I'll, you know, if this closes, like let's say if this all of a sudden closes like this, then I'll jump on the computer and I'll fire up the lower time frame at the 9 a.m. candle. But times like this, you know, I didn't trade Asia today. And I didn't need to waste any mental capital or energy. Why? Because I saw we were in a range. And I wasn't really looking for long. So when I saw this break out, I was like, that's fine. I'm just going to wait for London. Knowing when to trade and knowing when not to trade is very important. Like I said to you guys, it's not, it's not necessarily about finding, more winning trades. It's about filtering out the bad trades and knowing when to not trade. And for me personally, this is a bad range where if I trade in here, I know I'm going to get chopped up. And I know I'm going to get frustrated if I take a loss. So it's about, like I say to you guys, it's not I think most people, where they go wrong in trading is they think that they need to find more winning setups. It's not always the case. For the most part, you need to find less bad trades. That's where most people go wrong. I think they need to learn some sort of secret strategy, but in reality, you need to know when to sit on your hands. And I think this price action right here is a time. You never know. In 30 minutes, gold could have a massive breakout, and then you'll get your 20, 30, 40 ticks easily with the volume, or it could break the downside, and then you'll get your 30, 40 ticks all the way down to these lows, and you'll be like, wow, I'm very happy I waited for that. Yeah, it is, Jay. Yep, I was kind of seeing that as well, man. Yep, it is. It is. Kind of seeing that, yep. A little left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, these levels are going to be big here. It's big. Lots of big levels below. Zoom guys, give me 2 seconds. So yeah, but that being said, guys, YouTube guys, I'm gonna wrap up there. I think if you're gonna get another trade, it's very likely going to be closer to, like, I'd say 9:30-ish, where you may get some gold shorts coming back down into these levels. But let the higher time frames break out, guys. Let the markets come to you. Don't get too chopped up in these ranges. We have PPI later on, and it was pretty much the exact same story yesterday. London created this range. You broke out towards the end of the London session, then you had an amazing, amazing short. And if you just waited for that, you would have had a great trade. Same thing right now. I know we want to jump in trades, but we jump in trades where the markets tells us there's volume and there's direction and there's liquidity. Amazing. Then we trade. So we let the markets come to us, guys. So we're protecting the capital here in the London session, guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. I hope you guys have got some value here. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. So trade PPI safe tonight, guys. Potential gold shorts back down into this liquidity level around 30 to 33.26. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, guys. I'll see you all then. Peace.